Sulz am Neckar. Sulz am Neckar is a town in the district of Rottweil in Baden-Württemberg, Germany. It is situated on the river Neckar 22 km north of Rottweil and 19 km southeast of Freudenstadt. Sulz am Neckar came in the possession of the Hohengeroldseck in AD 1242. At Sulz, a power line for traction current crosses the Neckar Valley in a large span, which is mounted onto 61-meter-tall electricity pylons. Geographical location. The city is situated between Black Forest and Swabian Jura, as well as between Stuttgart and Lake Constance at the Neckar at an altitude of 410 to 675 meters. Sulz has, with a size of 8,760 square kilometers, the largest municipal area in the Rottweil district. Urban structure. The city of Sulz is divided into the core city of Sulz with its two districts, Sulz-Kastel and Sulz-Schillerhöhe, as well as the 9 districts Bergfelden, Dürermittstetten, Fiskingen, Glatt, Hallhausen, Hopfert-Mühlheim, Renfrechausern, Sigmarswangen. Early history. The first traces of settlement date back to the Celts period, evidenced by a series of burial mounds and a square enclosure. A Roman military camp Fort Sulz was built around the year 74 AD on a hill south of the present-day town centre. Today, the Sulz-Kastel district with an industrial area is located there. The first documented mention dates back to the year 790 as Villa Publica Sulza. The town owes its name to its salt springs, which have shaped the town's history for centuries. The first owners of the salt works were the Counts of Sulz in the 11th century. Probably from 1250 onwards, the Lords of Geroldseck ruled over the town and the salt works, while the Counts of Sulz were pushed back to marginal possessions. The process has not yet been fully explained. The domain of the Counts of Sulz also included Lossberg and the valleys behind Schenkenzell. The Lords of Geroldseck were also the builders of the Burg Albeck southwest of the city. In 1284, King Rudolf of Habsburg gave Sulz town privileges. Between 1301 and 1473, the town was the seat of the line of the Geroldseckers, who resided here, but despite some inheritances, they experienced a steady economic decline in the 15th century and finally had to sell it to Württemberg under massive pressure in 1473. The lordship of the Geroldseckers after the expulsion of Duke Ulrich of Württemberg by the Swabian League in 1519 was only an interlude which ended in 1534 with the return of the Duke. All that remained for the Geroldseckers was the title von Geroldseck and Sulz. The city burned down almost completely within the city walls twice, 1581 and 1794. It took 2 years to rebuild it. In the meantime, it was plundered again and again by French soldiers. The district Mühlheim was already mentioned in 772 as Mühlheim in the Lorsch Codex. 19th and 20th century. For a long time, Sulz in Württemberg was the only salt works in the state. When in 1803 the much more productive salt works in the Kocher became Württemberg, the town lost its economic status as a salt town, but remained the seat of the Overland Sulz, which in the early years of the Kingdom of Württemberg gained considerably in size in the course of the new administrative division of Württemberg. In 1867, the expansion of the Stuttgart-Hattingen railway line on the Hope to Thalhausen section connected it to the network of the Rottweil-Württemberg State Railways. In 1938, during the administrative reform during the NS in Württemberg, the district of Sulz, which had emerged from the upper office of Sulz in 1934, was dissolved and became part of the district of Horb. Towards the end of the Second World War, a sub-camp of the Natzwiller-Struthof concentration camp was established in Sulz am Neckar. In 1944, Gestapo men interrogated and tortured Polish forced labor suspected of being associated with a resistance organization in a former district court prison. At least 7 of the detainees died in the process. After the Second World War, the city fell into the French occupation zone and thus in 1947 came to the newly founded state Württemberg-Hohenzollern, which was absorbed into the state of Baden-Württemberg in 1952. During the district reform, Sulz became part of the district of Rottweil. With the dissolution of the district Südwürttemberg-Hohenzollern, which took place at the same time, Sulz became part of the region of Freiburg. From 1963 to 1993, there was a Bundeswehr depot in Sulz. In remembrance of the former importance of salt extraction from brine, the swimming pool has been filled with brine since the construction of the new open-air pool and is thus the only brine open-air pool in the area. Incorporations. In the course of the Gemeindebeit reform in Baden-Württemberg, the following municipalities were incorporated into Sulz am Neckar: January 1, 1972, Bergfelden, Hopfert and Mühlheim am Bahn, March 1, 1972, Fiskingen, January 1, 1974, Hallhausen, Renfrechausern and Sigmarswangen, January 1, 1975, Dürermittstetten and Glatt. Religions. Since the Reformation, Sulz has been Protestant. The Lutheran parish of Sulz has 7 parishes, and the districts of Fiskingen and Glad also have their own Lutheran parish. Altogether belong to the Evangelic Deanery of Sulz. The town is also the seat of the Sulz Church district of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Württemberg. The office of the school dean responsible for the Protestant Church district Sulz is located in Freudenstadt. The Baden movement within the Protestant Church has its center in the former Kirchbau convent. The Roman Catholic Church first disappeared from Sulz during the Reformation upheavals of the 16th century. With the renewed influx of Catholics after the Second World War, however, a Catholic city parish was founded. The Church Street Johannes Evangelist was built in 1950 according to the plans of the architect Hans Ludkemeyer. The Catholic parish belongs to the Deanery Rottweil. In addition, the Volksmission in Schiddener Kirchen, the Freie Baptist in Gemeinde Sulz, a New Apostolic Church, a congregation representing Jehovah's Witnesses, and an Islam congregation exist. City Council. The municipal elections in Baden-Württemberg 2019 led to the result shown below, which resulted in the following distribution of the 22 seats in the municipal council. +///difference /to the /municipal /elections /25 /me /2014 Mayor. In November 2022, Jens Kuchner was elected mayor. Town twinning. The city of Sulz maintains a town twinning with Montagne, Department Charente-Maritime, France, Oldenburg, Saxony. Traffic. Sulz is located on the Stuttgart-Tuttlingen railway line and is regional express and intercity stop of the line 87. There are idly trains to Stuttgart and Rottweil, 2 idly trains to Singen. Occasionally there are also direct connections to Konstanz and Villingen. Sulz can be reached via Bundesautobahn 81 Wurzburg-Gott-Medingen and the Bundesstraße 14 Stockach-Schweithaus. The city is 60 km away from Stuttgart and 100 km from Bodensee. Sulz has an airfield for ultralight aviation. Furthermore, there is the VHF omnidirectional range VOA Sulz 116.10 MHz. Educational institutions. Arbeitsgymnasium Liederherren Realschule Primary and Secondary School with Workrealschule LAU SNAP School, Commercial School Sulz with Commercial High School, Adult Education Center. Leisure and sports facilities. Outdoor pool, Suzelei swimming pool filled with brine salt water. Culture and sightseeing. Sulz is located on 2 scenic routes, the Hohenzollernstrasse and the Römerstrasse. They lead past the following sites: stone Vaden stock of the Market Square Fountain 1807 with decorated cast metal plates, epitaphs of the old cemetery laid out in 1542, bronze tomb of Anna von Hohengeroldseck born Gräfin von Lindau and Rappen and der Sandwalder in the Sulzer Stadtkirche 1533. Museums. Gustav Bauernfein Museum in the building and der Hauptstrasse 5 Cultural and Museum Center in Glatt Castle, Römerkla Museum in the area of the former Roman fort, Sulzer Studio of the Art Foundation Paul Kelber in the district of Glatt contains an exhibition of paintings and graphics by Kelber. Buildings. The castle of today's Ruinalbeck was built at the end of the 13th century by Baron von Geroldseck and was destroyed and set on fire on 30 December 1688 by a French patrol corps. The Kirchberg convent is a former Dominican convent. Today it serves as a Protestant meeting and retreat house. The Bernsteinschule, former Academy of Arts, in the former convent of the Franciscan Friars in Bernstein. The 24M High Observation Tower Metzsteden, built in 1998, is located not far west of the Sulzer district, Metzsteden. Its viewing platform is located exactly at 700 meters above sea level. People from Sulz and Neckar. Friedrich August von Alberti 1795–1878, geologist Gustav Bauernfein 1848–1904, painted Joseph Gottlieb Kohlreuter 1733–1806, botanist, professor of natural history Brigitte Peter Ensby 1928, architect Richard Schmid 1899–1986, lawyer and politician, SPD Landesminister in Baden-Württemberg and member of the German Resistance. Salomon Schweger 1551–1622, Lutheran theologian, anthropologist, Orientalist and pilgrim. Karl Reinhold August Wanderley 1815–77, physician and pioneer psychiatrist. Gallery. File Sulz Römischer Keller 3801. JPG Römerkeller File Epitaph Magnus Friedrich Rus. JPG Epitaph on Magnus Friedrich Rus Glatt Faturm. JPG Water Castle and Rectory in Glatt.